Hello and welcome to Megan Kane's weekly Q&A. This week we will be discussing how to choose the correct lawful bases. This can be confusing for some organisations, so let's start with getting to grips with what exactly is a lawful basis.
A lawful basis is one of the conditions that organisations need to have in place to be able to legally process personal information. It's something that needs to be appointed before they actually start processing information, so they need to take many different aspects of their business into consideration and then appoint whatever lawful basis it is that they're going to run with, and then start processing the information that it is that they're looking to process and that they need to process for the means of their business. But it is very, very key and important that businesses do have this in place before this starts happening.
How can you actually choose a lawful basis?
So they need to look at the way that they're processing the information, what kind of circumstances it's under. For example, a hospital can process information under vital interest because it could be in the vital interest of their patient to process that information. Companies who have employees can process information under the lawful basis of contract because they've got employee contracts in place. Consent is a great lawful basis to have because it's the strongest one for companies to use. It's because the individuals are actually saying and giving their explicit consent to, yes, I'm happy for you to process my information in this way. Whether they're ticking a box or they're signing a box, they're giving them the right and the go ahead to do that explicitly, and there's no sort of arguing with that to a certain extent. Of course, individuals can always withdraw their consent, but that might affect what the outcome could be. But there is three other lawful bases as well. The most flexible one is legitimate interest, and a lot of people think that because legitimate interest is flexible, that because the other five don't actually apply to anything, they can go with legitimate interest and they won't get caught out. But it is actually really important that a legitimate interest assessment actually takes place as well. So they're taking all the different factors into place and they can justify why they're contacting them and not just going off, well, nothing else fits, so we had to choose legitimate interest. The main piece of advice that I can give is if you're really struggling to appoint a lawful basis, then speak to a professional, or if you can't find any means of appointing a lawful basis, it means that you don't have one, and clutching at straws and appointing something just because it's the closest fit but it doesn't quite fit is where you can ultimately find yourself in trouble.
Great. In that case, can I actually change my lawful bases?
You can change your lawful bases. One that's particularly hard to move away from, of course, is consent, because it's so strong and, like I said, it's been explicitly given, or should have been explicitly given from an individual. But should your purpose of your the purpose of your processing change, then, or different things within the business change, it ultimately affects your lawful basis, but you can still put a strong one in place, then yes, you can change it, but whoever individual's information you're processing, they need to be made aware of the fact that your lawful basis has changed and that you've done the right research into it to be able to justify this change. It's also really important as well that in any privacy policies that are published to whether it's your staff, your customers, suppliers, that it says exactly it says clear and in plain and simple language, easy to understand, exactly what lawful basis it is that you're operating under for that specific purpose. It's really important that people remember as well, not all businesses operate off one lawful basis. Different purposes of processing, for example, HR, sales, lead generation, marketing, you might have a different lawful basis for each one, but as I said, it needs to be clear and concise in your privacy policy, exactly what it is you're using it for.
Thank you very much, Megan.